there's someone we need to talk about who is not a big fan of her country, who is not a big fan of standing up for the national anthem. And this is now someone who's being forced to stand up and recite the Russian national anthem every single day. And that person is Brittney Griner. After her appeal lost, and after Joe Biden and the Biden administration has completely failed for like any type of negotiations with Putin and with Russia, Brittney Griner was transferred recently. And where she's been transferred to is not good for her. Brittney Griner getting sent to the harshest type of Russian prison for women. It's not an easy life in a settlement colony, but it's a lot harsher in a general regime colony. Natalia Filimonova from the NGO Russian Behind Bars tells People. Many women in Russia are sent to one of 106 mixed gender, low security settlement penal colonies, but Griner's conviction for drugs means she will be serving one of her 9-year sentence in one of the 35 high security correctional institutions for women only. It's not an easy life, but it's a lot harsher. The people say that a nearby settlement colony were hell, but unlike settlement colonies, the high security prisons have far stricter rules, are circled by guards and towers with automatic weapons, much like Stalin era gulags. This is what you get, Brittney Griner, when you break the law, when you go to another country and you break the law. A lot of people still trying to say she's been wrongfully detained. That's bullshit. You might not agree with the sentence, but she did break the law. She did the crime. Now she's having to do the time.
I will never, ever, like, every time I hear the story, because, I mean, there is this part of it where you're kind of like, man, it's kind of crazy.
It's a lot.
It is a lot. But then you remember her comments. She basically said that she didn't want to stand for the national anthem of the United States of America. When I hear stuff like that, it's one of those things where we often hear these stories of people that are constantly taking shots at the United States of America for all these random reasons and then pretending that other places are much better off when that's just not really the case at all. You can have problems with the U.S., you can have issues, but to have this kind of opinion that things are better somewhere else, we always hear those stories and we're like, man, why don't you go to, and then we just say enter country, you know what I mean? And Brittney Griner is actually living that moment. You disrespected the United States of America. You talked about how you didn't respect the country or the national anthem or the men that died for that freedom. And now look at the situation you're in. I don't feel fucking sorry for her at all. You know why? Because she hates my fucking guts. She hates your guts, and she hates any fucking body that disagrees with her. So you get what you deserve. I have no sympathy for this person, this thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's just it's ironic. It's ironic just the way her politics lined up and who the certain president is in this current administration, and nothing's being done. They don't give a fuck about it. They're not going to do anything. They aren't going to bargain any deals unless it's going to be some corrupt. We release the merchant of death, the Russian merchant of death for Brittney Griner, which probably isn't going to happen because simply she's not worth it. But I mean, continue. I hope Brittney Griner's wife continues to vote Democrat in the next few elections, and she'll wind up being in Russia a little bit longer. The whole reason why she is there still currently is because of this current administration, because we know that if a certain president, Donald Trump, was president, she would have been back in days' time. As soon as she's been over there, Donald Trump would have put his foot down, got her back in days, just like he did with the ball kids, the UCLA basketball players, when they went and shoplifted in a mall in China and had them back that week. So, but the way her politics align and her hating America and the current administration, there's no sympathy there. You don't want to represent America. You don't want to represent the national anthem, yet you are paid, well, not very much, to play basketball as a sport in the United States of America. You had to go to Russia to make extra money to play basketball in Russia, and you thought you can sneak in some cannabis hashish oil into Russia. Did I say Canada? I meant Russia.
Same thing, basically.
And you know what? This is the consequence here. And, there's no sympathy.
None at all. And you see right here, this is a story from 2020. Brittney Griner national anthem has no place in WNBA sports. And again, that's fine. You can have that opinion. It's just funny that now you're actually finding out what it's like. You're finding out what it's actually like to be somewhere not in the United States. You get what you deserve.
Pretty much. There's a lot of people that are locked up here in America like longer than her for things to do with weed possession or things like that, and intent to distribute maybe. So
Yeah, Kamala
yeah.
Harris. Yeah, she's all for
Exactly.
that. Your hero, Brittney Griner, your hero. She's all about it. So interesting how you're locked up over there while your hero, the people that you were so adamant about being in office, now they're just letting you sit there and rot. Letting you sit there and rot.